third party acceptance. But
Rồi, vô đi, vô một người vô đi, người vô đi. Ai vô cũng được, mẹ vô trước.
Gallery today. So the Starship Gallery is more than half of the museum.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Discovery 1 spacecraft interacts with your test parade. Now, has taken up residence in cosmology. Can you find it?
Take me with you. I'll go with you. Just drop my name and I'll go.
No, no. They must like animals all about.
They only
I know, but you gotta move it your own back.
Non so se si ghiacciava questa cosa.
Flight group 2, we are now boarding you. The group for 220.
Cái này đi sao?
This is why we can't do you, because we're already on the next
But I want
page.
to see everything in here. I don't want to see things.
I want to try out.
Look. Nitrogen keeps samples pure.
Actually,
Oxygen soil are not exposed to water or oxygen, which are common on Earth. The samples are stored in pure nitrogen.
Kênh.
It's not a real person.
Ghê, làm gì ba giả chứ thiệt.
That's a white man. Dude, I can reach my head right here. Almost fell.
Look at me.
Một người ngồi phía dưới này.
I have to get my jokes approved by HR, so I have a very limited pool of what I actually get to say. But y'all still get to have all the bad jokes, don't worry. So, bad jokes, good times.
And departing from Space Center Houston. Johnson Space Center is one of 10 NASA fuel centers and has been the heart of human spaceflight operations for over 50 years. Originally, the land was owned by Rice University, and then they gifted it, quote unquote gifted. I say the quote unquote. Fun fact, they actually sold it to NASA for a whopping $20. Before that, the Humble Oil Company was the owners of the land. The Humble Oil Company is now known as ExxonMobil. Now, as we go around the property, you may notice that we have some animals. Johnson Space Center is a wildlife preserve, so we have a few different species of animals, such as alligators, turtles, rabbits, and even deer. We're home to a little over 250 deer, and the name of our alligator is Miko. Now you may be wondering, what does Miko stand for? Pardon me, the Texan came out of my accent real quick. Now, MECO stands for Main Engine Cutoff, MECO, and we have the amazing engineers at NASA to thank for such an amazing name. We actually have two MECOs out and about today, one a little bit further down and one a little bit closer to here. Officially welcome everyone to Johnson Space Center. Now here to the left, this fenced-in area, it is known as the Longhorn Project. It is home to our Texas famous Longhorns. Johnson Space Center leases this area to local high school districts, local school districts to allow students to come and work with the animals, study them, and maintain the project area. I'm going to go ahead and get this question out of the way. Yes, they are real animals. No, they are not robots. We have not had to resort to that just yet. And yes, the alligator was real as well. And yes, I do get asked these questions quite frequently, so you can only imagine. Now, up ahead and to our right, this large white building, we have the home of the Saturn V. To this day, the Saturn V is the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful rocket ever made. To give you an idea of how large the Saturn V actually is, it's taller than the Statue of Liberty. This was one of the world's last flight-certified Saturn Vs left in the entire world until NASA decided to not take good care of its toys and left it out to rot. Thankfully, we built the building around the rocket, and it has undergone a reparation and restoration, and we are now able to visit it. This will be our second stop on the tour, and this area is known as Rocket Park. Now here on the outside, we have two model rockets. The smaller of the two is known as the Mercury Redstone. Originally, it was designed as an intercontinental ballistic missile, but it was repurposed and used to send astronaut Alan Shepard to space, making him the first American astronaut in space in 1961. You can think of it kind of as they switched out the warhead for a chair. Now, if you think your first car or childhood swing was bad, imagine being the first person to be strapped to the top of an actual intercontinental missile, them patting you on the back and sending you up to space. But hey, someone had to do it. Now, ironically enough, the larger of the two rockets is known as the Little Joe 2. I will now pause for your fake laughter or silence. I see this group chose laughter. It is much appreciated. Thank you. Now, the Little Joe 2 was used to test the launch escape system, which is the tower-like structure that you see at the very top of the rocket. The launch escape system would have been activated during the first few moments of flight in case of any emergencies. Once activated, it would pull the capsule and crew inside of the capsule away from the main body of the rocket to safety. If it was not used, it would simply just break off from the portion of the rocket and fall back down to Earth. at any point in this tour you hear my microphone cut out, please do not be alarmed. That simply only happens whenever I get close to the area with the elite. Okay, I guess they're not ready for me to talk about that part. Alright, getting back to my scripted tour. To our right, we have Building 17. Building 17 has a lot of different jobs, one of which is housing the Orion Project Office. This office is in charge of the development of the Orion Multipurpose Crew Vehicle, or Orion for short. Now, the crew module component of Orion is designed to be upgraded and reused rather than disposed of, as done during the Apollo program. It is also the vehicle that was chosen to return us to the moon, as well. It will be taking us to Mars in the 2030-2040s. Now here to our left we have Building 21. This is the Human Health and Performance Lab. You can think of it sort of as the doctor's office for the astronauts. Here they receive frequent checkups and health scans to make sure that they are in peak physical health, to assure that they will be okay for their missions to space. Here to the right we have the clinic. I most recently was here whenever I was thrown out of my seat, but we just don't talk about that part. They're very nice in there, very nice people. Large gray building, we have the Space Environment Simulation Laboratory. This lab has two vacuum chambers, Chamber A and Chamber B, which are National Historic Landmarks. Here on the outside, as we were passing by, you will notice some large gas storage tanks that hold liquid nitrogen at negative 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the liquid nitrogen is pumped into the chambers to simulate the cold, harsh environment of space. As well, this facility also uses heat lamps to mimic the hottest environments of space. This allows engineers to test the tolerance of spacecraft and equipment. Most recently, this facility tested the James Webb Telescope in 2017. As of December of last year, the James Webb has launched to space, where it is currently undergoing its calibration process. It will be working with the Hubble telescope. Now, here is the difference between the two. The Hubble telescope was only able to capture images that were visible to the human eye. Space is primarily composed of things that are not visible to the human eye, so the James Webb has infrared lenses. This will allow us to see things that are not visible with just our own eyes in space. You can think of it sort of as a large bucket. The larger the bucket, the more that can be held in said bucket, thus the more we can see inside of the bucket. Now, up ahead and to our left, we have Building 220. This is the large white building. This is home to the Human Exploration Research Analog Facility, or HERA for short. Here we study the psychological aspects of long-duration space missions. Groups of 4 volunteers live inside of here for up to 40 days at a time. They have no communication with the outside world besides a single correspondent here at NASA, and they have a 20-minute delay between responses. Now, if you think your spouse not answering the phone for 2 hours is bad, imagine the only person you can talk to for 40 days takes 20 minutes to respond. Alright everyone, we are now approaching the astronaut training facility, also known as the Space Vehicle Lock-in Facility. Before we go inside, here are a few rules. We will be climbing up a set of 26 steps. If for any physical or medical reason you are unable to do so, please see our driver and they will help you with the elevator. We will be walking down a long hallway, looking down at the training floor. The hallway that we will be in is not soundproof and they can't hear us, so I do ask that we keep the noise level to a minimum. As well, you are allowed to take pictures here and videos, but just please no flashing. Alright everyone, welcome into Alright everyone, if I can direct your attention to the blue H-like structure in the middle of the room. In front of that is a gray cylinder that says Northrop Grumman in blue and white letters.
Oh yeah, go there.
I'm gonna have to take just a regular picture.
What's this? What's this one?
You can see the USA.
So you can see how big the actually is.
A 747 airliner piggybacking a 165,000-pound space shuttle. Who dreamed up this remarkable partnership of an airplane and an orbiter? Whose imagination solved the thorny problem of returning the shuttle to its home base? His name was John Kuiper.
John Kuiper was so very instrumental in this space shuttle program because he was the one that came up with the idea.
Here on Earth just simply won't work in a weightless environment, and the engineers have come up with